Aloha! Thank you so much for listening to my video today. I'm going to use Excel to teach you about a couple functions that Excel offers us. The index, formula, the spin control button using developer tab, concatenate, how you can concatenate formulas together, and I'm also going to talk about a name manager. So, to teach you all of this, I'm going to put it into a little context. I'm going to assume that you've been given a large amount of data, such as all of this right here. I'm going to assume that you need to go through this and you need to send out a letter to your customers or to students if you're from a university. So I'm just going to assume you need to send out a letter to all these people, but you don't want to go through and manually type in everyone's name, address, etc., because that's just a huge hassle because there's so many names right here that would take forever. Now Excel is very handy when it comes to this. So I've already gone ahead and I've created a form that we can use that we might use to send out in a letter format. And I've gone through up here to get into this view. I just clicked on the view and the page layout, which makes it look like a nice letter that you might send out to students. So the first thing, let's look at the data over here. This is a little trick that I found that I think is very helpful. If you ever need to enter today's date anywhere, all you need to do is click Control semicolon on your keyboard, and there you go. Excel gives you the date. But if you ever want to use a formula, you just need to hit equal sign and type in today, and then parentheses, enter, and it gives you today's date also. So let's jump right into finding out how you can easily scroll through a bunch of names and then print out a letter to send to people. So first things first, we need to go back to all of that data that you've gotten. You've cleaned it up by now and put it all in nice columns. All you need to do now is select all of your data. So go into that first cell, then hit Control Shift, right arrow, down arrow. You've selected all of your data. Then go into your formulas up at the top, and then go into Create from Selection. We're going to give all of your columns a name. Create from Selection, just using the top row because that's how they were all identified, then hit OK. Perfect. We've now named all of our data. We don't need to go back to this anymore because we'll just be referencing it. So coming back into this other tab with the letter, we're going to go over here onto like another sheet which you won't be printing out when you send out a letter. We're going to hit equals, and then we're going to count in count A. And so this is going to count all of the records of customer student data. And so since all of the students have a name, we're just going to use that array, and we're just going to count all of the records that we have. And so look, we've got 1,000. Now that's a lot that you'd have to copy paste. You don't want to do that. So we've got 1,000. So then 2 cells down from that, we're going to click equals, then 1,000 minus that blank cell underneath it. Then we come up here to your developer tab. If you don't have your developer tab, go into File, Options, go into Customize Ribbon, and make sure that little developer tab is checked. Alright, so we're going up to our developer, going to Insert, then Control, then your spin control button. Let me show you that again. It's this little button right there, the spin button. So we're inserting this into our worksheet, just right there. We're going to right click on that and click on Format Control. We're going to link this to that little blank cell between the two thousands right there. We're going to have our minimum value, it's going to be 1. Our maximum value is, it's 1,000. Just the same as the number of our records. So then we're going to hit OK. Best thing right now is that we can just go through here and click, and we can scroll through all of the numbers, which that doesn't mean too much yet because we haven't linked it to the index formula. So let's do that, and we can go over here, name, and we're going to hit equals, and we're going to go index, and then we're going to type in our name, which we've got from our data. We're going to hit comma, then row number. Oops, I'm sorry about that. We haven't named our spinner yet. So we're going to that bottom number that we created right over here. I'm going into this top left cell over here so we can give it that cell a name, and we're going to name it a scroller, let's say. Scroller. Perfect. So sorry about that. We're going back over here where we want the name. So we're going to hit equals index name comma scroller. There we go. And that'll give us our name from that data that we selected. So when we scroll down, it's going through our records and popping out a name. So we're going to do the exact same thing over here under address. We're going to hit equals index address. Make sure that you click the array. Then we're going to do comma and then scroller. End parentheses. Perfect. Now we're going to do a little concatenating here. Hit equals index. What's the first thing we needed? We needed city. We've got our scroller. Now you're going to hit Shift 7, which gives you that little and symbol. And then we're going to put a quote right there, put a comma and a space, another quote, another and symbol. Then we're putting another index function in there. Index state, oops, sorry. It's supposed to be state right there. And then that scroller, end parentheses, put another and, another quotes, another space, another quotes, another and, another index. We're putting the zip code in here, also index, zip, scroller, end parentheses, done. Perfect, look at that. So we can scroll, click enter again, we get the deer name. What we can do right here is just equals, quotes, type in deer, end quotes, put that little and symbol in there, put that index in with your name and the scroller, and that and symbol quotes, put a little comma in there, and then there you go. You've got dear Wayne Thane. And then you can come down here, you'll want to put your message in. Nifty little thing that you can do is just select all of the cells that you'd want your message to show up in. Come up here to your home button, click the merge and center, make sure you wrap your text and make sure it's left justified and top aligned. And in here you can type in the message that you want. So you can say, Dear Wayne, thank you so much for being with us this last year. We would love to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Awesome. And you can go through and format it however you'd like. And when you're ready to print, you would come up here, or just Control P, that works too. You can see that's the letter that you'd be sending. Best thing about this is that now you just have to scroll through and Control P and it comes up. Scroll again, and you can go through all of your data. I hope that you learned something useful during this video, and thank you so much for listening today.